Synchronicity University is where the most trusted and celebrated names in astrology today come to teach. These programs coming up in November are choose your tuition rate for a very limited time at synchronicityuniversity.com. Links are in the description below. Hello, fabulous superstar Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of October 2023. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. It is a profound and special time. It is eclipse season that is set to take place, but in many ways that karmicness of this time is going to be felt right out of the gate. Now, for most of the month, the area of the sky that is especially highlighted is a part of the sky for you that has to do with profound change, profound truth. It has to do with power, your understanding of it and how you wield it. It has to do with the taboo, what you haven't allowed yourself before. And it also has to do with the resources available to you, wealth, and also your ability to access funding as well. So you can see that this is a very layered and rich part of the sky. And to have such huge celestial events to take place does suggest there is going to be a focus now on transformation, on truth, and on defining and experiencing wealth on your own terms. And it starts early in the month. On the 4th of the month, the South Node will be meeting Mars in this part of the sky. Now, the South Node ends up being a very important player over the course of this month. The nodes themselves are incredibly important. I even wrote an entire book about them called The Universe is Wise and Loving. You might want to check that out. But in that book, I talk about how the North Node represents a doorway. When activated, new people, places, things, situations enter that represent karmic blessings that pull us towards greater love and greater wisdom. When the South Node is activated, that doorway opens, but it provides an exit to people, places, things, situations, and the exit is a karmic blessing as well. Whatever it is that leaves has served its purpose in our lives. And so I think that for you, this is going to be some significant, particularly psychological change that's promised to you in some way now. A part of that shift may come about by having a depth of understanding into yourself, your psychology, your motivations, what transformations you've been engaged in, feeling like the work was worth it, or feeling as if part of some meaningful closure, you are able to transform yourself or your life in a meaningful way. With Mars, there tends to be a certain impulsiveness with what happens or adrenaline rush at this time. Now, also possible, this could be the release of some debt. Keep that in mind. That's going to be actually really important and a theme that you're going to return to later in the month. So, for example, when a big planet meets the South Node in this part of the sky, it could be that you finally pay off that loan or that credit card. But there's an exit now that helps you to feel more connected to an energy of wealth in some way. It is as we navigate further on the 10th of the month that Pluto in a friendship part of your sky will stand still and go direct after over 5 months retrograde. Pluto direct is always a time of heightened intensity and energy. In that friendship part of your sky, boy, are you ever getting really honest about who another person is? Now, this could be someone you're connected to in a group dynamic, a professional group dynamic, or a friendship itself, but you're able to see through some illusion and really get honest with yourself about the dynamic and how you really feel about it. If you think that this person is playing any kind of power games with you, that just isn't going to work for you. You're able to see it more clearly and decide to step away. If you think this person isn't very nice or very fair to you, that too isn't going to work for you. Regardless, though, this can also be a time when certain friendships deepen in significance. You get very honest about who is for you navigating forward from here, but also who may no longer be. Now, the 14th of the month is when we have a solar eclipse, going back to that profound and meaningful and transformative part of the sky, that wealth-oriented part of the sky. Solar eclipses bring with them new beginnings, new opportunities, sometimes out of nowhere. Mars and Mercury are across the sky from this eclipse, and that suggests a certain intensity to this time, and adrenaline and impulsiveness as well. Changeability, maybe you changing your mind at certain key moments, but again, very quickly, different thoughts and opinions coming in. Pluto is squaring this solar eclipse. You see, coming back to Pluto there, that is rather intense. It does suggest that whatever's shifting now, it's changing from the inside out. You're very determined, you're very focused as well. There's an inner reserve that you're tapping into at this time. Now, friends and money do not mix at this time. Maybe you have to figure out a way for them to mix, but that could be part of the tension that's fueling this moment of truth and of insight. Now, it is as we navigate in the days after that solar eclipse for a full week, we've got important celestial connections taking place. Mainly the Sun and Mercury will meet the South Node and then will connect in tension with Pluto. I think this represents the energy of the eclipse itself being extended, the intensity and focus and determination, but also that sense of deep significance. It's not comfortable. I do want to be straightforward with you on that, but it is deeply empowering, especially if you take some action towards meaningful change for yourself and for your life. But for all that, whatever's changing now, there's something about it that is karmic. Its time has come. It is a massive blessing for you. So ride this time. Make sure you're taking care of your emotional self. That's going to be really important because many Pisceans out there are going to be experiencing profound emotion. You're meant to learn through them, but also by learning through them, transform them from the inside out, empowering your pathway from here. Now, on the 28th, we have a lunar eclipse, a partial lunar eclipse, taking place in a communicative part of your sky, having to do with understanding, learning, synchronicity, spontaneous interactions. Siblings, cousins, neighbors are covered here as well. This lunar eclipse is going to be hand in hand with your ancient ruling planet, Jupiter, a planet of big blessings and healing as well, and optimism. So you can see here, synchronicity might be on high, but it has you feeling very hopeful in some way. It could feel as if a difficult situation that one of these people I just mentioned, those siblings, cousins, and neighbors, one of these people may find a difficult situation coming to a close as well, and you're feeling that much more encouraged by it. Mars and Mercury are across the sky from this eclipse as well, which does suggest a quickness to this time, a need to respond very quickly, but that also helps you reach a healthy closure, navigating forward from here. Now, where it comes to matters of love, that is the very big news. I think a lot of Pisceans are going to find this a moment to really look forward to. And that is because on the 9th of October, Venus will enter your opposite sign. Venus moving into your opposite sign after months and months of an extended Venus retrograde season being done and over with. That'll be done on the 7th. On the 9th, you get Venus in your sign as the reward for navigating that Venus retrograde season that was tough at certain moments. Now with Venus entering your sign, it feels that much easier to connect with others, sweetness and light being ushered in through one-on-one alliances as well. I do think this means that now that you're on the other side of a difficult Venus retrograde season that might not have been as difficult for you, chances are the rewards will feel very sweet, more so for you than perhaps some other signs out there. For those of you open to meeting someone new, Venus in your opposite sign helps you to attract people with real long-term potential. And so strive to stay open to people and possibilities. Chances are you'll be finding meaningful connections with others, but also a real sense of promise and hope for what could be possible navigating forward from here. For those of you just starting to date someone, well, I think once Venus enters your opposite sign, it's very much about partnership or not. If this is someone who feels like they could become a partner, that very well could happen. Perhaps without even thinking that it's a possibility or even thinking, is it a good idea or not? You just might find yourself in a partnership, to be honest. However, if it is that you feel quite certain this is not someone to navigate forward with very quickly, you may end up connecting with someone new. And for those of you in an established bond, well, Venus entering your opposite sign helps you feel like your partner is that much sweeter, that much nicer. That can be a wonderful thing, especially if they're always sweet and always nice. That extra attention helps bond the two of you that much closer together in meaningful partnership. If you have felt for a while that maybe you're not in the right relationship for you, I have to say Venus in your opposite sign, chances are it's going to have you seeing the sweeter, nicer side of your partner. So much so that chances are, at least for this month, you will be navigating forward. If you are one of the Pisceans out there that's like, no, Nadiya, I know that this is not the one for me. I don't care about the past. I'm not carrying this person into the future. Then Venus in your opposite sign will give you a whole lot of faith that there is someone else out there for you. And of course there is. What I love about this week for you, there's so much here. It's a valuable and meaningful astrological moment. I am going to say that lunar eclipse in that communicative part of your sky, it's hand in hand with Jupiter. That is a beautiful energy of seeing and perceiving with optimism and hope and potential and possibility. There is the promise of a happy mind, seeing the world with a greater sense of hope within, helps you to cultivate it and experience genuine joy as you move through life. Well, thank you so much for watching. Do you know about Superstar? NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each week for each sign for as low as just $3 a month with choose your membership rate. Higher tiers are also available, which give you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below.